Good day, Montgomery County Community College macroeconomic hybrid students. The purpose of this brief video is to explain how you will figure out your final grade for this class and what goes into the final grade determination. So this video presents the same material that's on the actual syllabus. I just simply wanted to go into a little bit more detail to clarify in case there were any questions, considering this class is such a short session. We only meet 7 times in person. So as far as grade determinants are concerned, the first item on the list are the Economics USA series videos. Now there aren't, or I should say there isn't any grade associated with these videos. You can think of them as learning supplements, and if you look each week there is a specific video associated with the material we are covering. They are great ways to expand your knowledge of the material and the specific economic principles that we are studying. However, unless otherwise instructed, you do not necessarily need to watch these videos. If per se there is a video that we cover from the Economics USA series that will be the precipice for a discussion question or a quiz, I will make you blatantly aware of that situation. So as far as your final grade is concerned, there are 5 areas of grading. The first one is the discussion questions. So each week you will be asked to read an article, watch a video, or some combination of the two. And the articles or videos will relate directly to the principles and concepts of economics that we are studying that week. So for instance, this week we're studying the production possibilities curve, and the article is about Venezuela, and students are to analyze the article and then figure out how the article relates to the principles and concepts of the production possibilities model. So the key to getting a good grade for the discussion portion of your final assessment is to think clearly, think logically, use economic thinking. Make a list of all of the examples in the contents of the article or the video which relate directly to the principles and concepts covered in class. Then explain your answers in detail. It's not enough to simply answer the discussion question with 1 or 2 sentences. You need to write a well-developed paragraph using the economic thinking and logic that is demonstrated in our course. Likewise, when you respond to your classmates, do a good job of thinking it through, and don't just say yes I agree or no I agree. Give some reasoning about your economic thinking. The remainder of your grade is made up of these 4 items. Similar to the discussion questions are the quizzes. Again, you will read an article and or watch a video and then answer questions related to the contents of the article or videos and how the contents relate to the economic principles and concepts covered each week. So for instance, in week 2, we study markets. You'll have to read an article about a certain market, say something related to the coal markets or perhaps some other markets, and you will have to answer an essay question based on reading the article, applying the contents of the article to the economic principles and concepts covered in class. Again, err on the side of including more detail as opposed to less. Think your answer through, and always write in 3rd person. That's a big thing for these quizzes. When you write an academic answer, you do not write in 1st or 2nd person, so only in 3rd person. The video presentation is one part of the grade I did not go over in class. Each student must create a video. We will go over this in more detail on another slide. It will be its own separate entity, but the video presentation will be due at the end of the course, and it's 20% of the final grade. There will be a final exam. It will be comprehensive from the standpoint that you have to understand all of the principles and concepts we covered throughout the course in order to answer the questions in the final exam. The last 20% of your grade is determined by what we call Connect. Connect is an online quiz and homework site that challenges students to reevaluate and examine the economic principles and concepts, much like typical homework questions. These are offered by the publisher of the book, and it is a requirement for Montgomery County Community College that we use Connect. So each week you will see under the weekly tab the assignments that are related to this portion of your grade. You must complete these by the end of each week. As mentioned earlier in this video, each student must create a macroeconomics video presentation. This video presentation will count 20% towards your final grade. In preparation to create and execute this assignment, the most important thing to do first is to pick a topic. So here is a list of topics, mostly the big ideas in macroeconomics, such as economic growth, the business cycle, unemployment, inflation, fiscal or monetary policy, international trade, the trade deficit, the federal budget deficit. There are many subtopics related to these big topics. Pretty much anything you choose to investigate or examine in more detail is fair game. So the key here is pick a topic early and submit it for approval no later than the 4th of October. The earlier you pick a topic, the sooner you can start working on this video. How do you go about creating this video? The first thing is you're going to do research on your topic, and you can use popular journals and newspapers such as the Wall Street Journal, The Economist, the New York Times. It's important to choose relatively important and relatively recent articles. In other words, don't go back any further than, say, 2010, because we really want to keep the presentations connected to what's happening in the economy today. Think of them as applied knowledge in comparison to what you've learned with the economic principles and concepts of macroeconomics. Now, I'm aware that maybe not all of you understand or know how to make a video, so you can go on YouTube or Google to figure out how to make a video. It's really not that difficult to make a video. I'm making a video right now. I simply use PowerPoint. I dictate over the slides, then I save the slideshow, then I save it as a Windows media file. I will be happy to help students with this process, but please don't let it go to the end. In other words, you're going to need ample time to complete this process if you've never done it before. So part of the grade is definitely going to be the economic content and the delivery of the content, and we'll go over the rubric on the next slide. But the skill of learning how to upload a video is also necessary. And like I said, please do not hesitate to reach out if you need assistance with any of the part of the process. How will your video presentation be graded? This slide investigates the grading rubric. So we have content, analysis, delivery, and criteria. Let's go over these in more detail. Content is important. You can't do a good job with this presentation if you do not have good economic content. So the key to this is 50-50. 50% picking a good topic to begin with, and then 50% doing the good research, finding some articles that relate directly to your topic, that are relevant and that are timely and that are investigative enough or detailed enough that they add some flavor to your topic, but they're not so, let's say, analytical that they're above and beyond your ability to comprehend. If you need any assistance finding articles related to your topic, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you find some articles. Economic analysis is 35% of the grade for the video presentation. Think of yourself as the analyst on a show such as Bloomberg TV or CNBC, where you present materials, you present ideas, you present content, and then you explain the content based on the economic principles and concepts of macroeconomic thinking. It is probably a very wise idea to include a graph in your presentation, or a graph or two. Again, if you need help with the analysis, do not hesitate to reach out. I could probably give you some pointers on how to include analysis into your presentation, or what specific analysis would be relevant and pertinent to your presentation. The other 30% is divided between delivery and criteria completion. So you could have a really good idea, you could have good economic analysis, but if your video is choppy, that's part of it, or if you simply do not do a good job delivering the material. Now, I assume most of you will be pretty competent with this particular part of the presentation. And then completion criteria. Simply, do you follow directions? Did you get a topic? Did you get a topic approved? Does your video include content and economic analysis? And was it handed in on time? Good luck with all of the areas of study, including the quizzes, the discussion questions, the weekly Connect, and of course the video presentation. Again, if you need help with anything related to the class, please do not hesitate to send me a text message. I will get back to you in a timely manner.